our main goal here was to document history. Because obviously you have I'm sure you have a ton of great stories to tell.
I've got a lot of stories.
Yeah.
I've had a very exciting life.
Excellent.
I don't even know where to start. I've got so many things. I'm in the middle of those pages right there under that little box. Is a,
Your memoirs right here?
oh yeah,
Oh, great.
down below,
Okay.
down below.
Below those? Right
I
here?
don't take it out.
Don't take it out, right?
Oh, okay.
That's all my computer
You're
stuff.
typing up your memoirs, huh?
Oh, no, yeah, my memoirs. It's what it is. I'm taking here's the things that happened in my life, and I've written about them. They're only most 2 pages, maybe 3 pages long, short stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 25 stories there.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's just a start.
Wow.
But,
That's pretty amazing.
yeah, all of them are pretty interesting, pretty exciting.
Maybe we should ask you a question to start you off.
Can I get your rank and your full name?
My rank?
Yeah, you served in the military, is that right?
I served in the military. I walked into an airplane propeller 9 months after my enlistment,
Okay.
cut my right arm off,
Oh, boy.
and that froze me. They wouldn't let me out of the military. They wanted me to learn to use my right arm on their time, not on my time, which was very wise. I hated it. I wanted out. In fact, I had to write to Pentagon. There was a regulation that allowed me to do that, and request retirement. And 2 weeks later, I got it. I got the process. Process took 3 months.
So when did you actually join the service?
January 12, 1960.
Oh, wow. 1960. So you're in the Air Force?
I was in the Air Force. I went through basic training as a German Bugle Corps, French Corps bugle player.
Oh, wow.
I was in the German Bugle Corps. And then when I did tech school, I went to tech school as a prop mechanic. I graduated #1 in my class. After 24 guys started, 12 finished. And it's a tough school.
It sounds pretty tough.
And but it just happened to hit me right. But I finished my class, and my class was the last class they had. They closed the school after us.
I'm going to guess that the prop planes were kind of on their way out, correct?
Well, not really. In a sense, yes. World War II planes were out,
Right.
but they still have a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's true. You can have like your
lot of
transport
turboprop.
planes, your
Yeah.
C-130s.
Right.
Yeah.
So they still have that for prop mechanics.
Yeah.
But they didn't promote us all. Everybody got their second strike right after tech school. Well, with us, my class, they sent us to our next permanent change of station. Said, well, you can get promoted when you get there. Well, that must have happened, but it never did happen. I got transferred to Great Falls, Montana, to go to work there, but it takes several months to get you processed for white line top secret clearance. So they said, just scoop around. So I joined the Aero Club. And the Aero Club is made up of all military guys that like to fly. And you learn to fly. You fly small airplanes. It works to your private license. So I found out what it cost to get me to my license, which is $300.
Oh, wow. But then back then, though, that's...
That's pretty good money.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid for the whole course. And I was on my second lesson. When I landed, after being in the airplane for 2 hours, landed, got out of the plane with a prop going to moose and shocks, walked into the prop. Cut my right arm off. Spent 2 years in the hospital.
2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I was sent to north of San Francisco. I spent 2 years at Letterman, right under the Golden Gate Bridge. And that hospital's all gone now. But I got out in 1963 after 3 years, 4 months, and 4 days. I know that memorized.
So now you got out as a
E2.
retirement though, correct?
I was retired,
Right.
full retirement.
And you got as an E2 or is it airman?
Airman third class,
Airman third class.
one strike.
No. I know, just like the Navy, I know the Air Force has weird ranking systems. You have like airman recruits, and then you have like senior airmen, and then it's kind of
Right.
weird.
Well, the funny thing about it, when I got out of the hospital, they assigned me to special services. I worked at the Airmen's Club for a while, but they assigned me to the head office of the special services squadron. The major in charge of that squadron kind of took me under his wing. And I had 3 tech sergeants working for me, and I was one strike.
Wow.
Funny.
They all worked my desk.
And hopefully their uniform was bowling shirts as well.
They were. You couldn't tell what your ranks were.
That's funny.
Hmm?
You couldn't tell what the ranks were.
Really?
They didn't care. And then I was sent to Travis Air Force Base out of Sacramento for my retirement. They retired me, and I went home. And I got home, and I applied for a job with, I applied for college. And I went to college in LeGrand my first year in pre-professional music. I sang all my life, so I thought I'd teach music. But then I changed my mind because I decided I was too much of a perfectionist. So I changed it to business administration with an accounting emphasis. I
Wow.
went to Boise State.
Talk about a drastic change.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Where were you born, Tommy?
St. Helens, Oregon,
St. Helens,
right,
Oregon.
right on the Columbia River,
Oh, how great. What year was that?
1941.
1941. Oh, you're a big one, huh?
I was born 3 months before Pearl Harbor.
Oh wow.
What made you pick the Air Force?
I wanted to trade. I wanted to work on airplanes. I lived airplanes all my life. I built models all my life. My room was a menage of airplanes all over the place.
And it still is.
Yeah,
Love the A-10.
yeah.
Great
Well,
model.
everybody does. Everybody does.
So you said that your draft number was number 2, correct?
I was E2.
Ah.
That was my pay grade.
Your pay grade.
So then I worked for the Quaker Oats Company for 3 years. And then my wife, I got married in that period. My wife threatened to leave me if I didn't find a job to keep me in Boise. So I resigned from the Quaker Oats Company, went to work for Sears. Well, hell of a cut in pay. My wife left me. Anyway, so I lost a good job. And I worked for Sears for about a year. And then I went to Boeing up in Seattle.
Okay.
I was hired on as a grade 6. Grade 10 was the lowest. But my training in the Air Force got me grade 6. And 2 months later, I was a grade 3.
Oh wow.
So a lead man, because I knew the airplane and I had the training. It worked out real good. But I worked for them for a year. They came back to Boise. I went to work for Sears as an advertising manager.
You went back to Sears after Boeing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I was in good standing with Sears when I left.
Oh, sure.
And they needed an advertising man, and I had training then. I was an artist. I went back to college and finished up in criminal justice, which made it real easy for me. I had 7 years experience. And so I even challenged a course at BSU Yeah,
Now, do you have any children?
we have one.
Oh.
That's the only child I had, my daughter. But while she was growing up, I got her every weekend. I'd go get her Emmett and bring her over to Boise. We'd go skating every chance we had. I taught her to skate from 3 years old up.
Kind of backing up to your airman experience. Do you remember what your boot camp was like? You know how that happened? How that went for you?
Well, that was real simple, real easy. Because in the drum and field corps, you don't pull any detail.
That's true. Yeah.
All you do is blow your horns and parade. If we're not in the classroom playing horns, in an auditorium, we're out on the field.
Marching,
Yeah.
practicing. Yeah.
What about
Actually-
what about your instructor? What was he like?
Our first one was great. Then he got sick. And then they replaced him with a guy that was an asshole. But the asshole tried to get into the barracks one night without the password. He's a sergeant, and the airman was a non-stripe, and he tried to go through the door. The airman stopped him and hit him. The airman was pulled in, but he was never charged anything. The guy lost his stripes. Lost his stripes over it.
The sergeant?
Yep. You can't do that. You can't go through that door. That got rid of him. Then we got a real nice old sergeant back. It turned out real good.
Any really good, memorable experiences that you can remember from
Yeah.
that?
We wore gold epaulets on our shoulders.
Okay.
They were gold, and they looked like officers' bars.
Yeah.
So one day, one of the guys was over the base exchange, and the colonel saluted one of our guys. Then he found out he wasn't an officer.
Thought they were Bronze Stars, huh?
The colonel, yeah, he thought it was bronze something, but it wasn't. So we then couldn't leave our squadron without him. We had to take him off, and we left the squadron. They had a music clap on top.
So your time in Alaska, how was that? I mean, it's a desolate place, correct? I mean,
I was never in Alaska.
you weren't? Oh, sorry. Time was in my mind now.
Seattle.
Seattle? You worked for Boeing, correct?
That was the other
Yeah, I
gentleman
know,
from
I'm-
Alaska, I think.
I'm having a momentary lapse of reason. It happens.
That's all right.
I'm getting
I
up
do
there in
too.
age.
What'd you do for Boeing?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I was a flight line mechanic. We'd get an airplane that was just a skin on the inside. We'd finish it, fly it 7 times, and deliver it to the customer. It was the same crew that took an airplane from that point to deliver it
Really?
7
So
guys
from start to finish.
from start to finish.
Oh, wow.
It was quite a feeling to see your airplane take off.
Now, did you like just civilian planes like the Boeing
737.
737?
I was in on the 737 program.
Wow.
I worked on the first 6 airplanes. The first 6 airplanes were test aircraft. They had to be certified. The airplane had to be certified when it was new. Had to fly 300 hours.
Oh, wow.
Each airplane, all 6 of them. They had the test equipment in them. They had sensors that went to every inch of the airplane. And then they had these guys sit behind these panels, big metered panels. They were lined up down the fuselage, and they'd fly. That's all they do, is watch these meters. So when we got the airplanes, we took all that equipment out. The skin, replaced the flooring, the side panels, and put in the racks, and the seats, and the carpeting, and oxygen and all that stuff, and delivered it to the customer.
I got a question about your arm. When you hurt your arm, how much use did you get back on it?
Good question.
That's a good one. It's rated 80% disabled.
Really? And it was completely severed.
Yeah,
So that happened in 63 or 4?
1960.
So they were pretty good doctors that put that back together.
Wonderful doctors. But they had doctors from all over the world. They had medical conferences, and they'd hold them, and they'd take us patients, run us through them, and they'd all look at our hands or whatever it was wrong, and they'd give opinions on it. And I met them 3 times, and well, they were pretty fascinated with the Army because it lived, and it shouldn't have lived, but it did. It's my hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no use for the hand.
Where'd you cut it off? On the hand? Oh, right here.
Wow.
Okay.
Right there.
I see.
Went right through the palm of my hand.
That's still incredible.
That is incredible.
Huh.
It came up, I got hit 3 times. Here, come up here, cut my shirt pocket right now. Didn't cut the inner layer, just the outer layer. Like you took a razor blade.
Nicked you, huh?
Took a razor blade.
Nicked you right there.
Clipped me on the eye,
Wow.
and the neck to the cat, neck of my cat and bell. Had a hat just like that one, on the blue one.
Put a notch in it, huh?
Put a notch in it. We didn't know that for 2 weeks. But they couldn't figure out how I got such a nice, clean cut on my eye. They thought when I landed on my face on the ground, I cut myself then. Because it bled like a stuffed pig. Everything you hit, your head bleeds heavy.
Yeah.
They thought I was really injured, but I wasn't. So, one day the nurse was in my room. She says, "How did you get that cut in your eye?" I said, "I don't know." So I said, "Let's get my uniform out, see what it looks like." So we laid it out on the bed, the hat there, and there it was. Perfect line. So that's how I found out.
So were you right-handed or left?
Right-handed.
So that was your artist hand too,
Yeah.
and your bugle hand,
That's what she should say.
and your gun hand.
No, my bugle hand was just a,
Oh, was it? Okay, well that's good.
but it's my art hand. And when I hit the ground, after I walked into the prop, I remember it just like it was yesterday. I hit the ground and I raised up and I saw what was left of my arm. I said, "God, not my right hand, not my drawing hand." Then I rolled over on my back after I put the arm back together. Because this was turned over inside out. I put it back and then put this part here. It was up here on my shoulder, and I brought it down and put it together. Just a reflex. Like how, you cut yourself, you grab it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all I did, I just grabbed it. It didn't look right, it was just in the wrong position.
So which hand did you use to draw guns with when you were sheriff? You learned how to do it with your left, huh?
Yeah, that's fascinating. I learned that if you teach your offhand to do something like that, bowl, golf, or shoot,
Right.
you'll be much better than you would be with your on hand. Because your on hand, your good hand, has got that part of your brain stuffed full of information.
Yeah.
The other side doesn't have it.
So it's running on a cleaner environment.
Running on a clean
There you
environment.
go. Very good.
So it all it can do is improve.
So how long have you been here?
3 years, 4 months, and 4 days.
Right here?
No, 3 years, 3.5 years.
That was your other,
That's how long I was in the Air Force.
right. But you've been here 3 years in Boise
3 years.
at this VA?
I've been here 3.5 years.
2.5 years. Okay.
I've been in Boise 50 years.
Okay.
Quaker Oats Company brought me here in '64.
Right.
I have one distinction in Quaker Oats Company.
Uh-huh.
I'm the proud salesman who introduced Captain Crunch to the state of Idaho.
Good on you, good sir.
Yeah, I ate that as a kid.
Me too.
And
Yeah.
loved every minute of it.
Everybody did it. Everybody ate it.
Good sir.
That was the only cereal they used it. You could crunch it up, add a little water, and it was like glue.
Yeah. I got to meet, because of the Quaker Oats, because of Captain Crunch, I got to meet Larry Storch, Agnes Moorhead, and Boris Tucker.
All the big wigs, huh?
Yeah, all F Troop. Bewitched. We sponsored them.
So you got a sweet tooth too?
No, that's not for me. I don't eat it.
Oh, okay.
That's for the help.
That's for the help.
You got to bribe the help, huh?
Oh, we gotta keep them happy, boy. Keep them happy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
They take care of you.
Well, you're a good man. Thanks for serving.
Yeah.
I did my best.
Appreciate it.